Hello, welcome to Making Photos. I'm Ian and Butterfield, and welcome to this week's newsletter, dateline 13th of July 2022. This week, first of all, I wanted to start off by giving a really big thank you to everyone who's booked on the events that I announced just a week ago in this newsletter. It's been fantastic. 3 events published 1 week ago, all 9 places now taken. So that's the first thing I want to say. Secondly, what have we got in store this week in the newsletter? Well, we've got information about my mentorship program. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the remote learning opportunities, tell you what's been going on YouTube. Then I'm going to finish off by sharing with you some photos from a studio shoot that took place exactly 3 years ago today. So come and join me. Okay, so the mentorship program. Let's be honest. Sometimes we all need help with our photography, and sometimes it's not the sort of help you can get just by reading blog posts or even by watching YouTube videos. Sometimes you just need somebody alongside to help, and that is where the mentorship program comes in. I'm not going to go into full details about it in this video newsletter. Instead, I just want to give you a brief overview of it and then point you at where you can find out some more information. The centerpiece of the whole mentoring program is my objectives and review sessions. These are regular meetings where we set achievable and realistic goals and objectives for you to work on with your photography. How often is regular? Well, that will depend on the individual and how often they need those sessions. And the first session is completely free. That is, assuming you buy into and sign up for the mentorship program. Based on those sessions, there may be other training objectives that we identify. And there may be other types of sessions that will come out as part of it. So what type of sessions are there? Well, it could be a mentored shoot if you're interested in studio photography, or one-to-one training done at maybe even on a landscape shoot, having me there with you to mentor you. It might be you need help with Lightroom and need Lightroom consultancy or support. It might be post-production mentoring where I can sit alongside you and help you with the editing of your photos. Or you might need some very bespoke training, and again I can provide that as part of a mentorship program. And the other area, photograph review, portfolio review, so that you can get honest feedback on your images. For a more in-depth look of the mentorship program, have a look at the web page that's on the screen now, the links down below, or take a look at the video I've created where I talk about the whole program in a lot more depth and detail. The link to it's up there. So this week on YouTube, what have I been up to? Well, the mentorship program video, which I've just talked about, that's online. Sunday's video just gone was a feedback session where I took the time to look at 10 images that you had sent to me, and some I just talked about, some I did edits on them as well to show you what could be done to them to improve them. The link for that's up there. Go and take a look. And I'll just speed this up on the video just so that you can see it rather than spending all that time with me just painting stuff in. But you're getting the idea that this sort of thing is possible, but it just takes time to actually achieve what we want with it. You just have to keep going, sampling where you can and just painting in those colours. So now I zoom out. I think that's a pretty reasonable job of getting rid of the wheelie bin with it. So let's head back to Lightroom. So if you want to see the before and after with the bin, without. Next Sunday's video at 7:30, my regular 7:30 Sunday video, is a little bit different. It's about a topic that affects 70% of people, they reckon, at least once in their life. It's the whole topic of imposter syndrome. And I want to talk about that in the context of photography, because photographers I've seen lots of photographers who really suffer from it, and I'll be honest with you, I'm one of them as well. Or maybe you've heard me speak to a large crowd, maybe on a cruise ship, something like that, and perhaps I've come over quite confident on there, but actually that's not really true. Like a lot of people who teach, who do public speaking, naturally I'm an introvert. Like many introverts, the way I deal with this is I hide behind a persona that I have created and that I use when I'm on stage, or when I'm public speaking, or when I'm talking on video even. So let's delve into that on Sunday night. I hope you can join me in the live chat as well. I want to make a few more comments about the remote learning that I mentioned in the last newsletter. I'm really starting to get that going. Thank you to everyone who's responded to it to say you're interested. If you haven't yet emailed me and you are interested, please contact me at makingphotos.co.uk. Just to give you a bit more detail about it, how it's going to work, or at least how I'm thinking it will work, is that I will be producing a video each week, probably an hour to an hour and a half's worth of training, which will be pre-recorded. That'll be released to you. You'll have the chance to watch that at your own pace. You can go back, re-watch things if it's not clear or you need to see it a second time. And then following on from that, there will be sessions via Zoom where we can talk live, where you can ask me questions about what I've covered in the video, and I can provide feedback on the images that you've created as part of the homework assignments. And just as a reminder, the topics that we're covering in this course are composition, lenses, how they affect your images, understanding exposure, ISO, aperture, shutter speed, and all that, camera modes like focusing modes and exposure modes, how to organize and edit your images, and we're going to look at what next. Where do you go after you've done an introductory course into digital photography? I like to finish these newsletters by delving into a couple of images, and these I've selected from a shoot I did exactly 3 years ago today. On the 13th of July 2019, I ran an event at the studio which was all about creating rain effects and shower effects in the studio with real water, not digital effects. The image you can see on the screen is one of the first images I created as part of the workshop, which is using the rain effect and the umbrella. You can see the rain pouring off there. Now the setup for these shots can be seen on the screen now. Now some of it might be quite clear to you. For example, the big large water trap, which is created by taking blocks of wood and clamping polythene sheeting all the way around it so that it acts as a big water trap. You might be able to see in the foreground of the image the hose pipe. That's attached to one of those sort of garden sprayer watering devices. It's got a rotating head where I can do different water effects. So for example, a fine spray for the rain shot, and a much more shower-like display, which is what I used in this image. What you can't see in any of those images are some of the safety features that we put in. So for example, all the lights, well, electricity and water don't mix, as you know. All the lights are connected to circuit breakers, so if anything goes wrong, that will immediately cut the power off. Not only do we have the individual circuit breakers, but the whole studio has one as well, so it's belt and braces job to protect that. This final image, the shower one, is a little bit different. The lighting that we'd used in the rain one was clear lighting lit from behind, which is how you illuminate water, with a softbox in the foreground just to illuminate the model. Here in the shower one, we put gels on the backlights, and that's given the colour effect, and the softbox in the foreground has been turned right down so that we get much more emphasis on the rim lighting and the rain lighting. Now, I'm thinking of doing this workshop again, but I want to just find out if there are people who are interested in it first, and then I'll try and arrange it around a day that's suitable for you. So if you are interested, please send me a message at contactme@makingphotos.co.uk, and we'll get a suitable date organised for it. Next week in the newsletter, well, next week I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I call my prepayment plans, which is buying credit in advance. This will really save you money on things like the mentorship program, on studio hires, and even on quite a number of the events that I'm running. So thanks for watching, and if you didn't see Sunday's video, it's on the screen up here, and a playlist of other thought-provoking videos can be found down below. So until next time, keep making great photos. Bye for now.